Will you tell us the boat carpenter?
Oh, right. So I used to, back when I was really young, I worked on boats. And, I would do some carpentry. I would clean up ugly looking mahogany, sand it, fill it with the right products, get it looking nice, varnish it or lacquer it, depending on the product and what it was used for. And I'd make them boats look nice. Junk looked pretty nice. So they had there was a big sailboat across from me but I can tell in some of the open cabin areas it needed some of that bright work on the mahogany. So I was working on a boat, and I look over every now and then. I see them just hanging out in the boat, a bunch of real long hair hippies. I was a long hair hippie, but I was a young one. These guys were they were a few years ahead of me. Okay, so I knew they were somebody because they were the only ones I seen around, and it was a mansion on the water that, come to find, they rented.
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, exactly. So anyway, so they holler over, hey, you want to look at our boat? We need some work. And I don't know if they were just having a good time. I said, yeah, I'll come over and look at it. They were pretty cool people. I didn't know many people at the time where I was in Fort Lauderdale. So I get down, I go around the shore, and I walk around and I go to their place, which was like, holy shit. And I go inside, not going to do anything, let me inside. And the thing was gigantic. It was a mansion, and there's 4 or 5, couple chicks and these guys, and all really long hair, but very laid back, very cool, So I go, I look at the boat, I fix the boat, and one time I come through, we started talking, they had some music playing, I think, in the house. So I said, oh man, Allman Brothers. I said, oh, and they had some amps and some guitars. I said, hey, mind if I play a little bit? So I started playing the lead to Blue Sky, off the Eat a Peach album. So I don't know who these people were, but they liked the Allman Brothers. They had music playing us, and there's amps. So I go, cool. So come to pass that I started playing Blue Sky, and they're looking at each other after a couple minutes, and all of a sudden one guy goes, hold up, and he tells the other one to put the tape on, or run the tape. So they apparently were recording all this equipment, whatever they were doing, they could record. So I played that, and then afterwards, they told me how they loved the way I played that lead, and they were very close with Dwayne. They were some of his closest friends from down, in the area, and they knew him really well, and they obviously did. They were close with the Allman Brothers, the original band back then, and they had a lot of the band's equipment. Since Dwayne was gone, things changed. The band went on, but things changed. Equipment changed. A lot of stuff happened. So they had a lot of their old original stuff there. So anyway, when I got done working on their boat, every couple hours here and there, they said, hey man, it looks great. So would you want to trade? And I said, what? It was your services. You come with us, pick out an amp. Pick out whatever amp you want. Now, I didn't work on their boat very long. I mean, I can sand it and I'd make the place look good in a short time. So I figured, what the heck? I was looking for a powerful amp. I didn't want to cook out the Marshall at the time. And I was out playing loud outside places, big 50 keg parties and stuff like that. So I needed a good. So anyway, so I said, yeah. So they all loaded me up into this big fancy stretch car that they had, a bunch of hippies, and they drive me to this place, and they have this storage place inside, air conditioned, real nice. And they open it up, and it was just full, and you could see them all. They were laid out. I mean, just every kind of, all stuff that old Allman Brothers stuff and things that they had accumulated being close to the situation. So anyway, I wanted the powerful amp, and I saw the Ampeg V4 head, even though it was a bass amp. So I said, well, that looks nice. They go, it's yours. So they were the coolest people. They loved me playing the Allman Brothers. Said it reminded them of Dwayne, and which was only just past maybe a year or so ago.
Wow.
So
that was tripping.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool situation all the way around, and I got the V4 from them, and that was cool though. It was almost like when I got the one from Hair, when I got the Marshall from the rock opera. It's like there was so much stuff, and it was all like, if you had any piece of that now, it's history.
Yeah.
And I was looking at a room like this, just lined with all the, and back then they had big speakers, you know,
Yeah.
and it was just
Massive. That is cool.
There you go, more stories from the crypt.